Always have to steal my kisses from you. Feel that suddenly, just hear it fall.